Hey, what's up, fellow Icebergs? So, this is actually going to be the first official episode um, for my vlog. Um, I've done a couple random rants here and there. Do my show with my kids, where we just go on and just just explore different things. Kind of took a break on that for a little bit. Anyway, uh, ultimately, I figured I'm just going to start vlogging for myself, just talking about the stuff that I've experienced, the stuff that I think that I can be pretty much I can pass on what I have learned onto everybody else out there in creator world. Um, it doesn't take much to be out there. I got some friends that are out there; they're doing it every day. But it does take a couple of things. It takes persistence, and you got to be consistent. You got to continue. If you're setting out yourself to do something, you got to get yourself set out to do it. It's not going to get done on its own. You can't just sit there at home and say, "Oh, you know what? I'm going to do it today. I'm going to do it tomorrow. I'm going to do it." No, you know what? I'm not feeling it right now. I'm not exactly in the proper mood. I'm just going to wait for another day. I'm going to wait for another tomorrow. You know what? Oh, my friend just called me. I'm not really in the mood for it right now. Whatever the case may be, my kids are running around because my kids are always running around. So if I do use them for as an excuse a lot, but that doesn't necessarily make it right. It definitely, the feasibility of having that excuse definitely gets in the way of production. And in today's day and age, listen to other bloggers out there, and we have the possibilities of creating whatever it is that we want to create nowadays. I mean, technology has advanced so much now, literally in everyone's hands, including 5-year-olds, 6-year-olds, 7-year-olds, whatever. It doesn't matter what age group you are. If you can pick it up in your hand, and you're able to use your fingers, heck, in some of the situations you can just use your vocals and things happen. And there's no one that can tell you that you can't do something. The only person that can hold you back from doing anything is yourself. It's the only person that can hold you back. Question is, what are you going to do about it? What direction are you going to take? What are you good at? What are you not good at? And if you don't know what you're good at, take a swing at it. Give it a shot. Try. What's the worst that can happen? You're standing in the same exact place. Nothing has changed. Not a thing. Nothing has changed. You're already not doing it. So why not give it a shot? Why not try it? You suck at it, great. But you know what? There's people out there who would love to watch somebody who's just sucking at something. And there's people out there who love watching people who are just great at something. And there's people out there who just want to see somebody just breeze through life. I've been blessed. I've been really lucky. There's people out there who have a lot of luck. And there's people out there who really got to suffer through that struggle. There are people out there who've been told they can't do something their whole freaking life. And then there's people out there who've been told they can do it. Why not? Put your mind to it. And you know what? And on both ends of the spectrum, the end result could be the same, or the end result could be completely different. You know what the different element is? The different element is the person themselves. It's the question is whether you are capable of doing what it is that you want to do. Are you capable of pushing yourself to get to that goal that you want to achieve? Because nobody else is going to do it for you. Yes, you will meet people in life. Yes, you will meet inspiration in life. Yes, you will meet people who will more than just inspire you. I mean, they will, speak to you from the heart. They will tell you their experiences. They will share their everything. They will mentor you. But again, if you just listen and you don't take any of that advice and you're not going to do anything about it and try it and put it to use, then you had just wasted all that time doing nothing. So how about we just stop wasting time and start using it? After all, what else we got? We got nothing but time. Look at today. The time right now is about 9:20 p.m. I just put the kids to bed. Ultimately, what I usually do around this hour, sit around in my bed, check out some emails, surf the web a little bit, see if there's any interesting articles, whatever and whatnot, or just veg out in front of a TV or hold a guitar, strike some notes. I mean, what's the difference? Might as well do something useful. Maybe one day I'll strike some notes for you icebergs out there. And maybe one day, who knows? It'll be what it'll be. But for right now, right this minute, it's just about us. It's about all us creators out there, creatives out there who just want to go out there and get it done and do what you guys need to do. Because it really doesn't take much. The hardest part is getting in front of that camera and just hitting that record button. As far as finding something to talk about, wait, what's interesting to you? What is it that you like? What's different? What's your experiences? Where's your mind at? Where has your head been all day? What's bothering you? What's not bothering you? What advice do you think that you have to give to the world? And don't worry about the whole world. Worry about that little bit of few who want to listen to you. You know, I have a really good, not a friend even, I've never even met her in person. It's just a person who I've met through Facebook friends and our mutual acquaintances. And I had a conversation with her the other day. And she's a comedian, by the way. I'm not going to plug her name because I don't have permission to do so. I don't think so. But maybe one day we will, and maybe she'll join me on one of these vlogs. And I asked her a question when she goes out up on stage. You know, she's like, I told her, well, how do you know what the crowd wants to hear? How do you know what they want to listen to? You know, because there's different types of comedians. There are comedians who just share observations. There's comedians who tell jokes, and there's comedians who tell stories. And I'm pretty sure there's a lot more. It's a lot more advanced than that. But I'm just going to cut it to those three. And she said the best thing to me. She goes, you should, when you do your vlog, just talk about your experiences. She says, just talk about whatever turns you on. Because you can't sit there and do things and think about, oh, nobody's going to want to listen to me. Nobody's going to want to hear my story. You're wrong. People will hear what they want to hear. Who are you to judge? Who are you to say what this guy wants to hear and what that guy wants to hear? Let them be the judge of it. If they like your stuff, they'll listen. If they don't like your stuff, they'll listen some more. And if they really don't like it, they'll turn it off. And they'll just go away. So, don't hesitate to do it. Just get in front of that camera and do it. So, I am here. Today is the first episode, officially. And I'm just going to be here and do it. And, you know, not sure about the editing either. I really don't know much about the editing. The only thing I have here is just an old tripod that I'm using to put my phone on, and you know, I don't even know if the microphone sound is really good or whatever and whatnot. So we'll check all of that a little bit later. I know that there's YouTube Creator Studio. You could always download that app and try to edit some stuff off of there. For this first episode, though, I'm not going to do any of that because one, it's a little bit of an unfamiliar territory for me, and two, I wanted this first episode to remain as raw as possible, so everybody out there who's actually watching and listening can actually have an idea of what the full recording would actually look like front to back without any kind of spaces in between, which means whether I use bad grammar or I didn't remember what word I needed to use, or maybe I just used the same word to describe the same thing 20 different times. Again, that's the nature of raw footage. So, can I edit it? Absolutely. Do I want to edit it? Not for this episode. I don't think so. So, as a promise to myself, more than anything, is I would like to get out about between 3 and 5 episodes a week. And hopefully you guys follow me and think that it's entertaining enough, and we'll see where it goes. You know, that's another thing that's also really complicated that you probably get with time, is when you're filming yourself, you got two places to look. If you have the camera facing, not the camera, if you have the screen facing you, it's really difficult to try to look at the camera versus looking at the screen. which is why you always see a lot of bloggers, they always wear glasses. Because if I wore my sunglasses, you would not see my eyes go like this. See how my eyes are just going to the side? Well, that's because I'm trying to look at myself on the screen. But if I'm looking straight at the camera, then I'm looking straight at whoever's on the other end of that. And it's kind of hard not to look to the other end. But I would imagine that takes a lot of practice. And a lot of just getting used to. Or you could just try to flip the camera and film it blind, and you won't have to worry about that end of it. So again, just a little bit of advice. As I'm experiencing through this thing, just kind of like the little odds and ends that I'm sharing, you can definitely wear some sunglasses. So you do see a lot of people that do wear sunglasses. Most of the ones who don't wear sunglasses are probably not filming it using a phone camera. They're probably using some other type of format or camera where really all they're looking at is just a straight lens, or they're just looking elsewhere, anywhere but the camera itself. But the phone tends to, for some reason, make you always want to look at yourself. It's like a mirror. It's like, why am I going to walk through by a mirror and not take a look at myself? Oh, let me see. How's my hair doing? Oh, look at that. I don't know. I'm going to fix that a little bit. So again, don't be afraid of doing it. Just because you think you may have a little flaw or something, you know what? Somebody else may see beauty or find beauty in that. And there's no such thing as perfect. No such thing as perfect. The most perfect thing in the world is imperfection. Because that's the way the world was built. It's built on imperfection. So don't mind it. Just be yourself. Be who you are. As I am going to be as much of myself as I can. And that is the promise that I'm going to make. And hopefully we'll see you guys 3 to 5 times a week. If you guys like it, I would love to hear some comments. If you guys want to say anything, if you guys have any advice, I'll definitely read it and definitely respond back to you guys and see where we can go with this. Maybe we could take this adventure together. So for right now, I'm going to say thank you for watching. And again, remember to follow, and good luck to you guys. See you later.